Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Latrell, your math coach from Knowledge Over Grades, and today we're talking about a new way to do subtraction, especially subtraction with 2-digit, 3-digit, and multi-digit numbers. So this way of doing subtraction is so much more easier and it just basically helps with mental math. I found that the subtraction that I learned in school using carrying and regrouping just didn't help me to be able to see when I needed to do subtraction in a real life situation. And I think that's really important. We should be able to apply what we learn in school to real life immediately. So this way is totally different, and I think that you guys are going to like it, especially if you're struggling with subtraction right now in life, or just you're in school and you want to see a different way of doing subtraction on multi-digit numbers. This will help a lot. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and thumbs up if you're ready to go. We're about to get into this new way of doing subtraction.
Okay guys, so in this video, we're going to talk about multi-digit subtraction without regrouping or carrying. And we're going to work with 2-digit numbers, 3-digit numbers, and decimals. Okay, so the name of the game or the rules of the game is subtract from left to right. Subtract from left to right. So starting with the biggest place value and then moving on to the smallest place value. Order matters when you're subtracting, okay? When we did addition in the last video, it didn't matter because everything is being added together, but subtraction is different. Order matters. And the last thing we want to keep in mind is subtract, then add. And that's the part that blew my mind today as I was preparing for this video because I thought I knew how to do this. And then I found this out. So let's do some examples. So we're going to start with a two-digit numbers, and we're using the backwards place value method. And this one we're going to be doing expanded form first, and then we're going to do the non-expanded form just so you can see what the place values look like when they're expanded out of the number. And I did a little bit of review with that in the addition video, so go check that out so that you can get a review on place values and what they look like when they're expanded out. Okay, so let's do 96 minus 77. Okay, we're going to expand these two numbers into their place values. So 96 is actually 90 plus 6. Okay, and then 77 is actually 70 plus 7. So that's what I mean by expanded. And what I'm going to do is put these subtraction signs right here also, because that's going to help us to um, make sure our order matters. Make sure we keep the order in place, okay? Now what we're going to do is go over here and write our subtraction vertically. So we're starting with the first number, 90. And the top left number is 90. And then we're subtracting 70 from 90. So that's next. And what we're doing is keeping our place values together. So 90 is a 10, it's the ninth multiple of 10, and 70 is the seventh multiple of 10. So keeping our places together, our place values together is important. Then we're going to go back over to the left. 6, our ones place is 6 minus 7. Okay, all of this is being subtracted, but it has to be subtracted in a specific order. Has to be subtracted in the order that we were given. So what we're going to do is subtract from left to right. So we're starting with the tens place first. The biggest place value is where we start. So the tens place is the biggest place value. We're subtracting 90 minus 70, and that is 20. Okay. Now we're going to the ones place, and we're going to subtract 6 minus 7. 6 minus 7, that is going to give us a negative number. Now, when we are subtracting and we get a big number subtracted from a small number, we're allowed to dip over into the negative world. All right. Okay, so I drew a number line so that we can visualize what's going on when we do 6 minus 7. Um, so when we're doing subtraction, we start with the first number on the number line. So we start with 6, and then we subtract 7. Subtraction always goes to the left. Okay, so starting with 6, we're subtracting 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our answer is -1, and that's what we're going to put down here. Okay, cool. Evidence that that's what the answer is. And now we are at the addition phase. So we did subtraction, and now we're doing addition. Now, you may be wondering, how are we going to add a negative number? But when we add a negative number, it just turns to negative. So 20 plus -1 is just 20 minus 1. That's the same. That's what it ends up being, okay? So 20 minus 1 is 19. And there is no more subtraction to do. And we didn't do any carrying or any regrouping, right? So that's the answer. If you want to check with your calculator, go ahead and do so. I checked with my calculator and I got 19 as well. So that wasn't so bad, right? Let's try the non-expanded version, okay? Okay, so we're not going to expand this time. We're going to do 96 minus 77, same problem. And we're just going to try to remember the place values. The other one was to just help us to see as a visual what the place values were, and what the actual numbers were that we were subtracting. But this one is actually all together. So we have 96 minus 77, and we're starting from left to right, and we're going to start in the tens place. So we're actually doing 90 minus 70. It looks like 9 minus 7, but it's actually 90 minus 70. And we're going to put 20 here, okay? And then we're going to the ones place, and we have 6 minus 7. And like we said before, that is -1, okay? Cool. 20 minus 1, or 20 plus -1. And it's going to make more sense later on why this plus is here, with another problem, because it didn't click until I got to this next problem. 20 plus -1 is 19. Cool. Any questions, leave them below. Let's move on to 3-digit numbers. So for the expanded form, we're going to do 674 minus 248. Okay. And we're expanding, so we actually have 600 plus 70 plus 4, that gives us 674, okay? And then for 248, we actually have 200 plus 40 plus 8, and add those up, we get 248. We're going to write our subtraction symbol in between all of these, and we're going to write our subtraction vertically, starting with the top left number. And we're going to go across like we're reading, okay? Left to right. So first is 600 minus 200 minus 70 minus 40 minus 4 minus 8, okay? We're subtracting, starting with left to the right, starting with the hundreds place. So 600 minus 200 is 400. Tens place, 70 minus 40 is 30, okay? Ones place, 4 minus 8, -4. We're taking a big number away from a small number, so that means we're dipping over to the negative side. Negative, -4, okay? Now, we are adding these numbers. It's more like a combination, like we're combining the numbers, okay? Um, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So when we add, we're going to do, when we're adding, okay, we got a positive 400, a positive 30, and a negative 4. I like to think of it as each one of these numbers are telling us what to do to them, and they're being their true selves by speaking their mind. Okay, so you can think of it like that.
We can look at these numbers as deciding whether they're going to hang out tonight. So 430 are positive they're going to hang out tonight. However, 4 is deciding not to hang out tonight. That means that 4 is negative about hanging out. Maybe she's going to go home and do some studying or something. So when we combine those dispositions together, we have 430 hanging out tonight and 4 staying home. So 430 have to do without hanging out with 4. And that causes for the addition of 430 and the subtraction of 4.
So with 403 and 30, we can add them together, and we're going to get 430, right? But we have this, we're adding this negative to it, this negative 4. So we're taking 4 away from the 430. 430 minus 4 is 426. That's the answer. Look in your calculator, put it in there. That's the answer. That is the answer, guys. I was like, how does that work? But the thing is that these numbers are in their true form. They're in their true sign, and we just have to combine them based on the sign that they are. Okay, so for the non-expanded form, we're going to use the same numbers. 647 minus 248, subtracting, and we're starting from left to right. So 600 minus 200 is 400. 70 minus 40 is 30. And 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So we just got there a little bit faster. We're adding these together or combining, and we are going to have 40 plus 30. Let's just do item by item or line by line. 40 plus 30 is 430, and 430 plus a negative 4 is subtracting 4, so that's going to be 426. It works. It works. And you could be using this. This helps with your mental math. It really, really does, because you can see it, you expand it out. If that's the way you have to do it, you expand it out, or you can even do it this way, but it still helps with seeing the subtraction in your head. Okay, I love it. Okay, so this this decimal subtraction is 852.41 minus 97.83. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's expand this. And I'm going to have to write kind of small because this is going to be a lot of lines. So we got 800, right? 800.00, because we got that 41 cents. 50 is in the mix, 0.00. $2, 40 cents, and 1 cent. Okay, now moving on to the next number. So here's the thing we need to keep in mind. We want to line up our place values. In the first number, there's a hundreds place. 8 is in the hundreds place. But in our second number, we don't have a hundreds place. There's nothing there, so we can say 0, 100. Okay, just to give 800 something to work with. Then 50 minus 90, then $2 minus $7, 40 cents minus 80 cents, and 1 cent minus 3 cents. Okay, so let's write it vertically, and this is going to be very, very long. So we're starting with 800. Then we have 50. Remember, we're going we're reading it like we're reading it. So left to right, left to right, left to right, then go to the next line, left to right, then go to the next line, left to right. 50 minus 90, minus $2, minus $7, minus 40 cents, minus 80 cents, minus 1 cent, minus 3 cents. Okay? I'm a little nervous because I'm running out of space. So I think I'm going to just write the answer or the next step up here. So we got 800 minus nothing, or 800 minus 0, and that is still going to be 800. Then we have 50 minus 90, and that is negative 40. And we have $2 minus $2 minus $7, which is negative $5. And then we have 40 cents minus 80 cents, which is negative 40 cents. And then we have 1 cent minus 3 cents. So that's negative 2 cents. Okie dokie. So we got a lot of negatives here. A lot of negatives here. Don't have any space, so I'm going to erase some stuff. It's like when your teacher says, all right, I'm going to erase some stuff, and everybody's like not finished writing. No. Been there so many times. Okay, so we're adding this. We're combining, compressing. So line by line, let's start with 800 minus 40, okay? 800 minus 40, we're taking 40 away from 800, so that's going to be 760. Now we're subtracting $5. So we're subtracting left to right, so we're starting from 7, and 7 minus 0 is 7, right? Okay, so let's just not write the whole 700 and go on to the next portion, which is this right here, which I wanted to show you guys. We want to look at this as 60 minus 5, right? Because we got 0 in the ones place for 60, and it'd be easier if we just look at it as 60 minus 5 because that's just 55, okay? So 60 minus 5 is 55, and 0.00. So now we have 755, and we're moving on to the next number, which is minus 40 cents. So 755 minus 40 cents. So we have 750 that doesn't have anything to subtract from it. So we're just going to rewrite that down here because that's going to stay the same. However, let's look at this portion here. So 40 cents is being taken away from $5. And we have 5, the number right next to it is 0, and the number right under that is 4. So it's basically nothing in the tenths place for $5, but there's something in the tens place for 40 cents. So let's look at the number next to that 0, which is 5, and do 5 minus 40 cents as a whole, okay? So 5 minus 40 cents we can do in our heads, and that would be $4.60. Okay. The next and last number is 2 cents that we're taking away. Sorry that everything is slanted. I don't know why it just ends up being on a slant like that. Okay, so we're doing 754 and 60 cents minus 2 cents. We can do that. That's possible. But first, let's look at our 754. That has all zeros under it, so we can rewrite that immediately. Now let's look at this. 60 cents minus 2 cents. We can work with that. That's 60 minus 2. 60 cents minus 2 cents is 58 cents. Okay, and we're done subtracting. That is it. So I just added in a little bit of shortcuts to help you to see where you can be more efficient. But if you're not able to do that, then do it the long way, okay? We're not going to do the non-expanded form because basically what we spent the most time on just now is basically what we're going to do again for the non-expanded form. So we don't have to do it again because we just did it. But I am going to leave you with some to practice on your own. Let's take a look. So here are some for you to try on your own. We got a little bit of 2-digit, 3-digit, and decimals for you to try, not too hard, but just to get you practicing what you learned in this video today. And if you want to practice more, you can get yourself a study kit for this exact lesson linked right under this video in the description. You can go ahead and enroll in that study kit so you will get a summary of the lesson. You will get a couple worksheets, a worksheet or two, depending on um, what I decide to have you practice. Probably going to have you work on place value again if you didn't do it with the addition video, and you'll also get a quiz. So you can take the quiz as many times as you want to so that you can get a perfect score. And the quiz is not, it's just for you to practice your skills so that you can master the skill of subtraction, and you can master different types and different ways of subtracting. Okay, so don't be scared of the quiz. I'm not checking it. It's already, the answers are already in the quiz, and all you have to do is type in the answer that you come up with. If you get it wrong, then you can try it again. But I'm not going to be like it's not school. It's just extra practice, okay? So thank you for watching this video. Yay, it was so fun. And if you have any questions, leave them below. And I can't wait to see you in my next video when I will talk about this new way of multiplying that I found that I think is A1. So make sure you subscribe so you'll be able to get notified when I upload my next video, and check out some of my other videos on my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.